Hey everyone, happy Friday. I'm here with your update, and it'll be short this week so we can all get our training done and stay on track, which has been so much better over the last week. So thanks for those who are making new habits and making it work. I just truly believe that our training videos and our weekly training in humanity is something that's really preparing our company for change, keeping us unified as a team, and allowing us to bring in all the new protocols and specifications that we want with ease. So just really appreciate you and want you to know that each of you are doing a great job with that. So with that said, I want to jump into a few new and additional things to share this week. One thing is we have been doing some group interviews over the past 2 weeks, which have gone really well, and we've been able to hire some new team members. None of which start this week, so I don't have any specific people to introduce, but who are scheduled to start next week. And one thing that I'm particularly excited about is Alex has been absolutely crushing it with her Sprout School and giving new team members such a boost for starting after attending that. She's got a great routine underway right now, and that is something that's really, really working for us. What I'm most excited for is that we're able to make so to speak, 2.0 version of Sprout School now, where team members will be able to, after a few weeks on the job, go back for additional training that would be better paced for what they've learned and experienced so far, which we have starting next week. So initially concentrating on new treatment room nurses who have been hired on, gone through Sprout School 1.0, and are now returning back starting next Wednesday for their second version, where they will focus on things like preparing to run appointments, mastering whiteboard, and treatments that patients receive in the treatment room. We also last week expanded Sprout School to include a training portion for new bathers, groomers assistants who join our team. So that's really something that's exciting too, and that we're having a lot of success with, and that Alex has done a phenomenal job at heading up. We're always open to suggestions though, so if there's anything that you have questions about or that you want to see covered in that, bring them forward and we'll see what we can do with it. And I thank everybody for making sure that we're able to do that by covering after extra shifts here in the practice while those new team members are waiting to start. Another thing that I wanted to go over was specified in Slack this week, but I try not to make Slack the only place where we make an announcement, was on how we schedule owner updates for pets who are boarding at the resort. I want to make sure that everybody in our practice understands this, because this is one of those areas where it would be easy to overpromise and underdeliver and therefore disappoint someone if we said that pets who are boarding get an update sent out to their owners every day. Well, that's not exactly true. That would make it far too cumbersome on days when during the summertime we have 120 pets staying at the resort. That's 120 updates that take 3 to 4 minutes each to create and send. You can do the math and see that that would quickly get out of hand. So what instead we promise is that we say that we will send an owner an update on their pet every third day. If their stay is going to be shorter than that, we're strategic with how we send an update. But we try not to send one more than every third day. And again, when we say an update, this is going to be like a picture, or sometimes if we're able, a short video of a pet matched with a quick text update to the owner that would maybe say, Marley's doing great during boarding and she's particularly enjoying this, or something even cuter than that if there is a unique situation that we can capture and share on. It's not a phone call, it's not a lengthy video, it's not a notification through the app. It's typically a text or an email if that's what the owner said that they needed for those who maybe are traveling abroad. So that's how we do those, just to share so that we don't accidentally mislead an owner and disappoint them in that area. So everyone be firm on that. Pets at the resort, we update them every 3 days. And if their stay is only going to be 3 days, we'll typically do it on the second day one time. That's all on that. Another area where I find that we might be becoming a little bit lax and that I wanted to correct is just some personal behavior of being a little bit too casual, or maybe we're forgetting as we get busy. But we are professionals and we can't be chewing gum in the exam room. We also can't arrive in wrinkled uniforms or look like we haven't prepared ourselves visually for work. So messy hair, messy clothes, messy appearance, anybody who's looking disheveled in any way, or chewing gum, even down to nail polish that's extremely chipped. I understand that sometimes you can't help that for a day or two, but when it goes on beyond that, it's not acceptable. We're professionals and we're delivering a professional service that I know I'm particularly proud of coming out of our practice. So we have to really look the part. That's part of gaining trust from our clients, is looking like we're prepared to do the job so that they trust us to do it, and then they trust to pay for it as well. So imagine yourself in a given day. We might ask you in a given day to present maybe an estimate for care to an owner. We might put you in a position where someone has to quickly judge whether or not you can care for their pet by grooming them. And if you look like you don't know how to care for yourself, they're going to assume that you don't know how to care for their pet, or that maybe you're not qualified for the job. Therefore, our practice isn't qualified for it. That's how important it is. So make sure that you're taking the time to put yourself together and prepare yourself for work. It's very, very important. That's our standard, and we'll be prepared to enforce it with anyone who doesn't meet that on a given basis. So don't let that be you. Just a quick little tune-up. Check yourself in the mirror. If you think you look great, chances are we're going to think you look great too. So just make sure that you do that each day. That's all I have for today. For the nurses, just make sure that you read what's attached in this training as well. I'm going to attach a chemotherapy protocol. I would love it if everybody would read this too. You're going to check and sign that you did review it. Particularly for the nurses who are administering this, there are some changes that we've made into the protocol, and I've left those in bold so that you know what's new. And you can orient yourself with where those supplies would be and how to use them as well. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a great weekend and keep up the good work.